Hello and welcome.
Welcome back to Cookies and Milk.
Episode 33.
I'm your host, Ben.
I'm your host, William, and we are having today EL fudges.
And one lemon cake
and
thing.
One Twinkie for me.
You'll care to unwrap it someplace away from the...
Oh, you know what? Actually, now that you mentioned it... How does those sound?
Bad.
In post?
Like, really bad. I was gonna cut... I wasn't sure with the last episode whether it was funnier to cut it so that it starts on, guess what? I'm gonna cut that.
Oh.
I'm gonna leave the whole thing in. I left the whole thing in.
Alright. So, let's get right in it. You have a topic. You're eating the lemon cake. I feel like you were confident in the topic.
We've done this bit before.
And you ate the food. That's a crumbly lemon cake, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty crumbly. You see Darksiders 3?
What?
Yeah.
It's coming out?
Yeah, Darksiders 3 is coming out. It's 2018. I have to beat Darksiders 2.
I don't.
I was thinking about that today, though, how really perfect that is for the two of our personalities. So we gotta let Isabel play Darksiders 3, I think.
Oh. Who is it?
It's Fury. It's a whip girl.
Nice.
It's a girl with a whip.
I was hoping the next one was female.
She looks weird. Her whole face is out there, and it's just like, put it back.
Show me the...
Right.
She has a face?
She has a face, and her hair is, like, floating.
Well, our sister is an angry girl, so...
And her hair also floats.
I don't know about that.
Like, a bunch of images are spoiled, and then instead of it just being spoilers forever, if I can just open this, instead of keeping it as spoilers, they just were like, hey, here's the fucking trailer.
Huh.
Go ahead and save that so I can put that image up. And it looks good. I have to be, too, I say that because, like, the trailer picks up with her visiting War as he's, like, chained up and everything.
Like, before Darksiders 1? Or after?
Is he chained up at the end of Darksiders 1?
No, because at the end of Darksiders 1, he's calling everyone.
That's what I thought.
He's calling the other 4 horsemen.
The other 3 horsemen?
The other 3 horsemen.
So I guess, it's gotta be at the beginning.
Is the title the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse? Because if I said the other 4 horsemen, I would be referring to a group. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. But she has to go kill the 7 deadly sins.
No.
Which is just, I don't understand the mythos in Darksiders at all.
It's like a mashup
Of all sorts of nonsense.
Yeah.
Darksiders 1 takes place primarily on Earth, right?
Yeah. After everything goes to shit.
Right, because Darksiders 2 is just immediately, like, not that.
Yeah.
You go everywhere but Earth. You're, like, visiting fucking Norseland and fucking Nordic shit.
I think... Oh, shit. So, it's obvious that Darksiders 2 and 3 are the other horsemen's journeys before War summons them.
Right.
What if Darksiders 5 is
a
a 4-player co-op scrolling beat 'em up?
You know, I'm not here for that, but I am 100% here for that.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a side-scrolling beat 'em up, but it could be in the
it's
style of
be...
Ratchet and Clank All for One.
Is that worse?
That's
I
not
think
worse.
that's worse.
That's not worse. Ratchet and Clank All for One was so good.
It was really good, but it was such a difference from the main game.
It was different, I'll give it that, but it didn't make it unfun.
Right, no, it was great. I liked Ratchet and Clank All for One. But it was one of those games that seems really sad playing by yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because it's like, oh man, I get to pick up the co-op partners on that game.
Right.
Or the AI partners.
Were there AI partners in...
There had to be.
When we were playing?
No, it was just us.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, you need partners to do some of the puzzles.
Right.
I don't think you can play that game by yourself. It's like playing fucking Deadlocked by yourself. They put in weird partners.
Yeah, that'd be sad.
There's so many games that I legitimately cannot imagine playing by myself. Like, any of the Little Big Planet games, I can't imagine playing as a solo experience.
I tried. It's not the best.
It just doesn't seem like once you've done one, you can't go back.
Like, Little Big Planet, in my opinion, is about exploring all the player-created levels with your friends.
Right.
Sure, there are some single-player solo story experiences, and those are interesting. But it's better to explore things with friends. And
Like,
I'd say couch co-op over online.
oh yeah, I mean every time if you can couch co-op.
Right. What's another game?
I guess this sort of ties into my topic about like
Oh, was that not the topic? Was Darksiders 3 not the topic?
Darksiders 3 was the topic, but
Wait, who's making it?
I think the same people.
It's like the last branch of THQ or something?
THQ Nordic.
I was right.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a swig of my milk. Finish
And
it
the
off.
people who made Darksiders 2, the Definitive Edition, are making this one.
Cool.
And you return to the apocalyptic Earth. Go ahead and check your milk. Growing up with siblings is a unique experience for how you play video games. And I'm not sure if we've talked about this before, but it sort of shapes how you play video games forever. I remember back when Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, or the one that came after that, was announced, and they were like, there's multiplayer. I was like, holy fucking shit, yes, awesome, that's so sweet. And then I was like, and then I got it, and it was like, yeah, online versus, and I was like, oh boy.
And not a very fun multiplayer.
No, it was like, that got old real quick.
Dead Rising 2's multiplayer, that's the same reason we bought Dead Rising 2.
Yeah, because it was like, it had co-op, and I knew it was co-op that time.
Yeah.
But the co-op is only online. And that's not even a game that really needed it. Like, I can see Dead Rising 2 as a co-op, couch co-op experience.
Yeah. I would love a co-op Dead Rising experience.
Yeah.
The Dead Rising is fun enough. As it is.
Yeah. That's not a game that, like, hurts because it doesn't have the online to it.
Right. Mario Galaxy isn't hindered. I struggle to call that co-op, though.
It's just something a second person can do.
It's player one and their little helper.
The same as, and that's sort of my least favorite co-op consistently. When it's like player one, Super Luigi Brothers U. Player one plays as Luigi, player two plays as Nabbit, an indestructible god.
Or you could play as Toad, another Toad.
What was the Puppeteer? Player one plays as the puppet, player two plays as the scissors or some nonsense.
In Puppeteer, yeah, someone plays as the puppet. It's basically the same thing as in Mario Galaxy.
Yeah. It's the same in Child of Light.
Right, yeah. We sat down to play it, and Ben was like, let's play Child of Light, and then where am I? And I'm like a little cursor that helps Ben collect.
You can hold on to
I
enemies.
can hold on to enemies, and you're like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, no, let's try it. Let's try it out.
The trick is you gotta, in these games, you have to trade off on every other chapter or something if you want to make it an actual, real co-op experience.
Right, but at the end of Chapter 1, you'd have already had a better handle of the game, and I'd be going into Chapter 2 blind.
It's fine. It's not that hard.
Yeah. Didn't we have a hard time on the final boss of Chapter 1 or something?
Yeah, it was excessive.
Yeah, it was hard.
I mean, you can only watch somebody play a game for so long before you know what you're doing.
Right. There's... Any of the Mario games could have... Multiplayer in them could have been fun. I've never seen a 3D co-op Mario experience.
Didn't somebody mod Super Mario 64
Yeah.
to be 2-player?
Yeah. But it's hard, because it's like... And I've seen Oblivion modded to have multiplayer, and while that does look fun, the player character, the second player, needs to stay in the view love Player One because that's the only camera.
Oh God.
Because, yeah, it's kind of bad. Like, if they could somehow mod in split screen into Oblivion, I would be so down.
Yeah, that made me pick up Oblivion again.
Holy shit, I just got super excited of a game that'll never happen. Just a fucking first-person action-adventure game, RPG elements, co-op?
Yeah.
Like, I would love to play a Skyrim game where it's like, someone is like, oh, I'm big and burly and a sword and shield, heavy armor, and then someone else is like a stealthy rogue ranger.
Mind if I one-up this for you?
Sure.
8-player Dungeons and Dragons VR.
Oh, shit.
So,
holy shit.
The Dungeon Master it's almost like Little Big Planet, because the Dungeon Master, like the day before, sets up the entire stage. They program the entire dungeon, or the entire town, or whatever.
Oh my god.
And then they can control characters as they talk and whatever.
Oh my god.
So you get to do that entire thing. It doesn't even have to be VR. I'm not even...
That's LARPing.
Yeah. I mean, that's what all Dungeons and Dragons is.
VR is... it's just... You strap a VR headset in, but you go outside and you LARP.
Let me... one up from that.
Hold on.
Meet your friends in the park.
I'm not shitting on LARPing. I think it's a very interesting concept.
You're actually wearing a wizard robe right now.
But that's just my bathrobe.
It's got stars on it.
Doesn't matter. It's not a bad thing.
You're wearing a wizard hat, though. It's my bathrobe hat.
Keeps my head warm when I take a shower.
You have a staff.
Silence! Fool!
Thunderbolt!
Thunderbolt!
No, we are shitting on LARPing.
Oh, no. But... Oh, fuck. I lost my train of thought. I'm not...
You said you weren't shitting on LARPing.
But... I find it super interesting, but what else?
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought. God damn it. You just had to bring up my wizard stuff.
Let me, do this different for you.
You need to stop doing it. You keep talking about LARPing at that point.
It's a game where there's, 1 to 4 characters.
Right.
And it's like D&D, but there are guns. And you find yourself on this, sort of island.
Okay. Gilligan's Island.
No. Like, you're mercenaries. And you have to take down this...
Mercenary Kings.
Yeah, that's the one. Mercenary Kings is the RPG we've been looking for. The co-op RPG we've been looking for.
But let's talk about Mercenary Kings for a second. It puts us right to sleep.
He's so fucking sleepy.
I fall so quickly asleep.
There's so many games that exist. This is a nice topic to...
It's recording.
13 minutes.
This is fucking with the charge.
This is a nice topic to go on to. Games that put you to sleep.
Oh, but first, you were going to finish your sentence with the 4-player Dungeons and Dragons type thing?
It's Mercenary Kings.
It was?
The joke I was building up to is Mercenary Kings.
Oh, I was right then.
Yeah, you got it.
I'm glad.
You finished the bit. Mercenary Kings is one of those games that just man, I'm down for the idea and everything. And there are parts of it where it really gets going, but it goes so much longer than it needs.
There's so much in between.
Yeah,
there's so much unnecessary in between on the map that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and it doesn't if the movement options were a little bit better, if I was really scaling these areas, I'd be like, all right, well, cool, it's fun to explore them.
If I could Mega Man X my way around these areas, this would be a much different game.
Yeah, but I can't. I have to jump and roll.
But I go down one-sided zip lines that I can't pass back again.
Yeah, and then it's just oh, there's a chest way above you, and it's how the fuck am I going to get there?
I fight the same enemies in the same places to do different missions.
Yeah, and it's, you don't just unlock each individual story thing, you got to do in-betweener bullshit.
Yeah.
To get money for guns. There's so many fucking guns.
If the map is the main problem.
Yeah.
Combat is fun.
The reload system is great.
The reload system is fun.
I think it's fun to assemble different guns, but it's so hard.
Yeah, the equipment is... Equipment is an interesting concept. I'd love to see a Mercenary Kings 2 where they just sort of cut away some of the in-between.
Yeah.
Like, if they could do that...
I'd like to see Mercenary Kings X, I think.
Mercenary Kings X?
Where it's made in X.
With a lot more movement options?
Yeah, like more movement options.
A bigger player character?
Yeah. Maybe fix it so when you're playing co-op, you're not playing on 2/4 of the screen.
Well, that's for 4-player.
I know, but
it's optimized for 4-player.
Well, it shouldn't be.
I know. Yeah, they do make you play at a small screen for no reason.
And like the other half is your map, but you don't need it because the map is garbage.
Yeah, it's annoying. And what's another game that puts you right to sleep?
I feel like by the end of Borderlands 2, or when it was like, whenever somebody's like, "Hey, we should play Borderlands 2," it's just like, oh, God. And it's always me. I'm always saying we should play Borderlands 2, and then
yeah,
I boot up and I'm like, no.
We've played it so much to the point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing...
It's so monotonous now.
The reason why I was able to play Borderlands 2 solo as Zero again is because I wanted to test out his sniper tree.
Right.
And because I've seen so much in, like, Man of Lone Wolf Fiber does it. That's interesting. But I've played the same thing with Mass Effect 2. Funny how it's Borderlands 2 Mass Effect 2. I have also played that to the point of exhaustion. I can't pick it up again. I don't think I'll ever be able to go back to Mass Effect 2 and, like, really engage myself in playing it.
It's probably for the best.
I've worked myself ragged on Mass Effect 2. Another game. What's another game that puts you to sleep or you've worked too hard at? I don't see you replaying games a lot.
That's the trick for me, is that it's... I was talking to a friend about this the other day, that there has to be something to bring me back to a game.
Yeah?
Or, like, replaying a game, I have to... Like, I was replaying Prinny, but I think I've already talked about that on the podcast, where I just got to the one boss that's just fucking me up again. I'm like, alright.
Yeah, you've already talked about it.
This Darksiders 3 coming out is going to be what really drives me to finish Darksiders 2.
Yeah.
Because,
Didn't the game glitch the hell out for you?
This game has glitched out so many fucking times. Me not beating Darksiders 2 is one half, god damn it, this game, and two, god damn it, this game. I've got so many videos. I fought this one giant boss who I had to do a bunch of bullshit, and the first time I got halfway through and it froze.
Oh.
And the second time I beat it and it froze.
Yeah, that seems really bad.
And the third time I got all the way through it.
I think you should just get the Definitive Edition.
I'm like 3/4 of the way through the game.
I don't think it matters if the game is breaking around you.
I can get through it. I'm almost there.
What made you stop? The glitches or difficulty?
Both. I picked up this one boss, and I got like 3/4 of the way through the boss, and then they just stopped fighting me, and I was like, okay. And then I got them all the way down to no health, and it was just like...
I think you should just get the Definitive Edition.
I'm legitimately almost there.
It doesn't matter.
I'm almost fucking
If
there.
a glitch if the game is glitchy, if you enjoyed the game, why not? Has it been glitchy throughout the entire game?
I've had a couple glitches. None of them have been game breaking though. Here's the difference. When a glitch is game breaking, a la my Fallout New Vegas one, where I got to the very end and then couldn't beat it the way I wanted to beat it.
Or Skyrim.
Skyrim's story was fine. I just didn't want to do it. I just glitched every single other quest line.
Yeah, I don't know how you did that.
I'm very talented.
Yeah.
This is real fun. I'm sure I've talked about this before, but
I really want to do a Skyrim modded to hell series with you.
this is I think it'd be a lot of fun to just find as many mods as we could for Skyrim.
I just mean porn mods.
Oh, yeah. I think it'd be fun to do a series where we download every single mod, and then we have a randomizer.
Oh, God.
Turn on different mods.
Oh, God.
And we just play that.
I mean, if you wanted to kill your computer as soon as you made it.
Yep. I buy a computer strong enough to handle this.
I mean, we can't just make it touch the Skyrim.
Oh, is that what they're doing that?
Touch the Skyrim, Griffin downloads a handful of mods every single episode. And then Nick has to... And then he eventually just, starts to show Nick... at one point, he would go to Whiterun for, certain reason, and then like Crash Bandicoot would just be sitting at one of the tables,
Of course.
and it could be like, "Is that Crash Bandicoot?" It's fun. But I think it would be more of a legitimate playthrough
Alright, so
of a terribly modded Skyrim.
I think there's two funny ones we can do. We find one of them that's just like Skyrim, except super hyper-realistic. And then we find another set of mods that turn off a bunch of just necessary features for Skyrim.
Oh, God.
Mods are just like, Skyrim but no doors.
What?
Skyrim but you can't use bow and arrow. Skyrim but we took out all the NPCs.
Oh, God. What a fucking art project.
Just minimalist Skyrim.
You're just playing Asteroid at one point.
Yeah, God.
It mods in Asteroid into the game.
Here's my Skyrim experience. I ruined this game. I took this game to Nowheresville.
God, it was amazing.
So I did the Thieves Guild quest. God, I think I should start this actually with talking about my fellowship, probably.
The Thieves quest goes into the
The
Fellowship.
Thieves quest is in the fellowship. So that's, I have like 5 followers in Skyrim. So, the Thieves quest is one of them. So the Thieves Guild, there's a part where you have to follow the leader of the Thieves quest into this thing where he eventually betrays you. But he's your follower during that quest. So I go to the quest and he's like, "What are you waiting for?" And I'm like, "You have to unlock the door is locked." And he's like, "What are you waiting for?" And I'm like, "I don't know what you want from me." So I leave. I fast travel away and he follows me. But all my other followers are actually followers except him.
No.
No, I mean, they're followers, air quotes. Like, I go into stealth,
Right, then
and
they go-
the other 4 of them go down, and he pulls out his double broadswords, and I'm like, "You have to be a thief, dude." And he just runs into combat.
You got... I know... Don't you have Lydia Barbarous,
Who's Barbarous?
the dog,
The dog.
and then a stray dog,
I have a stray dog.
and then you have the man you have to
No,
send...
I don't actually have 2 dogs. I have 1 dog.
The stray dog was lost?
Yeah, I have a stray dog. I don't think I got both of them.
You didn't get Barbarous? I could have sworn you got Barbarous.
I don't think I have 2 dogs.
I think
is the
you
thing.
lost the
I might have lost one of them, yeah.
You get,
Lydia,
you get
a dog,
a dog, and
the vampire,
you got Serena?
Serena.
You still have Serena?
I went into that quest line, and she was like, "I'll follow you until we can return this." And I'm like, "Then you'll follow me forever. I'm done with this quest line."
Oh my god.
There's a person you're supposed to sacrifice to a bunch of
Yeah, a
cannibals.
temple man.
And I was like, "Got it. Welcome to the team."
Yeah, I saw Ben accidentally complete the quest, and I'm like, hey,
No, this is.
I was telling you.
Yeah,
as
you were telling me. You
I
were
was
like, "You don't want to do this quest.
you-
This is the cannibals."
And you're like, it's fine. And you walk in, it's like, hey, come sit down with us. And the priest's like, I'm so confused. Maybe I should lay down for a bit. And you're like, no, wait a second.
No, back up.
You're never finishing any of the quests.
I have like 6 quests that I'm never gonna complete, and a couple of them because I can't. The Thieves Guild, I meant to do that one, but I couldn't. So I have dog, actual follower, priest man, vampire, Thieves Guild. That's 5 people following me around.
Yeah.
We're an unstoppable typhoon of blades.
Oh my god. And teeth.
There's the one mission where you get sucked into the heart of whatever the thing is to kill
they all
the
come with
demon.
you?
No, they don't.
Oh, yeah.
And I couldn't do that quest because I was so weak.
Oh, hey, my friends! I'm a frail Argonian!
I have like a couple good magic spells and like some healings and whatever, and I literally just don't have to fight ever.
You see, I actually sculpt my characters though, because with my Nord, I've made a Nord, and he's a blacksmith, and he's made a bunch of good armor and weapons, and I also cast alteration spells on me constantly.
Right.
Or on the other side, I have a Khajiit who uses a hand axe or can conjure a double hand axe, and I just conjure things.
Right. My Argonian has...
Can't do jack shit!
He has like a bunch, he's in a little bit of magic, he's in a little bit of maces, he's in a little bit of stealth and bow and arrow.
It's too much!
A little bit of lockpicking, a little bit of every, and it's just like, can you fight? How good is your fight? And he's like, well listen to this, I have 5 people who'll fucking kill you.
You're a jack of all trades, but it doesn't matter because you have friends who are good in everything.
Put it all into charisma.
I mean, if we get modded Skyrim, we can just mod in multiple followers at once.
But that's the
You can
funniest
build
thing.
your fellowship again.
Right. The funniest thing about this is that I didn't have any mods to do this.
I know, you were
this
just
is all
playing
vanilla
Vanilla
Skyrim.
PS3.
Vanilla PS3
Impossible
Skyrim.
to mod.
It runs so slow when you have 5 followers. But
I somehow managed to lag Skyrim consistently on a PS3.
But between the Thieves Guild quest wouldn't work, so I was like, well, I'm also in the Mages College, and there's one quest.
Didn't you lose the jewelry in the cave?
There's this one quest where, in order to get the big orb, you find keys on a dead man,
Right.
and these keys unlock every single door in the thing. So I was like, oh, okay, and I was unlocking doors, and I got to the final big door, and someone was like, hey, this is the final big door, and I didn't have the key for it.
I'm sorry, what?
And I was like, I must have dropped it somewhere. It fell out of my pocket. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
And I went through the entirety of the dungeon trying to find the key again, and it didn't work.
Oh.
And the autosave had been at one of the checkpoints where a person had talked to me, so I just had to leave.
Oh. Oh my god.
The same sort of thing happened in Fallout New Vegas. They give you the Lucky Casino chip. The big chip that you're doing everything for. And if you want to do the Mr. House mission, or any of the Vegas endings, you need that chip. Because I went to Mr. House and he was like, alright, take that chip. Oh, the chip. Give me the chip. And I gave him the chip. And he was like, no, take that chip. And go put it in the fucking Caesar's Legion.
The robot army thing or something?
Yeah. And I was like, you did not give me the chip back. How do you want me to do that? So I couldn't do that. So I went to talk to Yes Man and I was like, I'd like to take over New Vegas. And he was like, that's great. Well, what you're going to need to do is take that chip and go put it in the robot army. And there's a dialogue option that says, I don't want to do that. And I was like, thank God. I can just skip this. And you click that and he's like, I mean, I know you don't want to, but you really should do this. And I was like, so I had to stop playing New Vegas.
I mean, at that point, you could have just gone to the NCR or Caesar.
Didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want those endings. I wanted to beat the game the way I wanted to beat the game. I wasn't going to let Bethesda tell me how to do it.
Tom?
You're that fucking Todd Howard.
Oh, Todd Howard. I called him Tom.
Tom Howard.
Tom Boward. We got off topic. But I guess it's fine.
There was no real topic.
Oh! I can talk about my fun Skyrim experience. With my followers.
Okay, go ahead.
I had Mule the Lioness as my follower for so long. I married her, just 2 Nords, in love.
And the guy you cucked.
He wasn't... I didn't cuck him.
I did not cuck him.
I'm at a podium.
This is Bill Clinton.
But what happened is, there is a Reefling, I think that's what they're called, in the Morrowind DLC, where you can use them as a pet, but you can still put items on them,
right,
like for an inventory. But first, you need to dismiss your party member, and then take them on, and then get back your party member. That's when they're still considered a pet, but you can still take on another companion. So here's what happens. I dismiss Mule, and I take on the Reefling, and then I look over the hill. I just look over the hill, like I squint my eyes a bit, and I see, his name is Aaron. I see Aaron running up the hill. And he comes up to me, and it's like, Mule's really helped out with Riften. And I'm like, yeah. How'd you get here, buddy?
I walked.
What the What? And I took her back, and he just is in Morrowind, I guess.
Of course.
And I bought the house. And I built it up in the Hearthstone DLC, and Mule broke. She, stopped functioning, as anyone. She started living in the house.
Right.
And we had kids. But then, I went home, or, I got a letter from someone that had kidnapped Mule, and I'm like, how'd they do that? And, I got there, and Mule was... She only had boots on.
God.
She only had boots and gauntlets on. I'm like, what happened? And she was just, standing, shifting from one foot to the other. She would not move.
God.
She was just, her AI was broken, and Aaron was there. He was in the cave with me when I went to go save her. He's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Dude, you gotta stop." And I think she's home. She's back home in at my house.
You put some clothes on her?
I couldn't access her
You
inventory.
put clothes next to her?
I was like,
You just put those on when you're ready.
I gotta like, it's still on the PS3.
Of course.
So I gotta access Skyrim and play it again just to fucking find her.
I have a similar story of Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Fallout 4 has some of the best companions. Because you can have them all and you can romance them all and nobody cares.
Right. That's always fun.
So, I had Dance, and I romanced Dance. And I had him waiting at Sanctuary, because that's where I have all my followers.
Right.
And I killed the Brotherhood of Steel. And I went back to Sanctuary.
Oh no.
And I was like, Dance? Dance, are you mad at me? And he wouldn't say anything to me. I couldn't talk to him anymore.
He was so passive aggressive, he pieced out.
And like, he would like say words, like, but he wouldn't talk to
I
me.
love the Brotherhood of Steel.
But so
if
what
they go, I go.
What I did was I took him to a house. I found the house he was in and I put a bed next to him. And I went to sleep in that bed and I woke up and he was like, "That's the best I've ever had." And I was like, "Okay, Dance, thanks."
Oh god. He's just using you.
Or am I just using him? What's going on here?
No one's using anyone. They're both dead. What was I gonna... Oh, there was
a Skyrim story?
No, it was a fun Fallout story. It's a fun Fallout 4 story, and you were there. I was sneaking into a room, and I heard some raiders talking about how they found someone who was afraid of fire. Then they were like, "Oh, whatever, dude," and then they tied him to a mattress, lit it on fire, and pushed him down the river. And then I stood up.
And they were like, and then he couldn't swim, so he died.
Right, and then I stood up from my from the counter, and I just burned them alive with Molotov cocktails. I'm like, ha ha ha, funny, right?
Funny stuff.
That was so good.
God, I can't wait until we get to the hyper realistic part where you can be saying dialogue options as you do these murder
I think that's
things.
the VR.
That's the Dungeons and Dragons experience.
Hey, fuck you! And you stab your DM in real life.
You kill them in real life. That's how you get better rolls.
You don't have a Molotov cocktail in the dungeon. This is in the dungeon.
I'm in real life, and you're lighting a Molotov
I
cocktail.
cast fireball.
You know you're 400 miles away from me, right? You're in your own house in virtual reality.
You're rolling disadvantage. I know. I rolled a net 20 twice. You don't know. I see it on myself.
Molotov cocktail goes through the DM's window all of a sudden.
Oh no!
The question is, would you still be rolling if you were in VR, if it was a real video game?
If it was a real video game, I mean...
Probably not, right?
When you're playing...
You're not playing fucking Morrowind? Was it Morrowind or some game before that? Or was it the original Fallout games where you could just miss? It would just calculate whether or not you hit the gun?
That's how RPGs work.
No, I mean like...
It was a top-down RPG.
Right. Did Morrowind do that too, though?
Yeah.
Good.
Morrowind
by good, I mean like...
Morrowind did that,
What
yes.
a fucking joke.
Oh. I mean...
I sometimes go to sleep when people start talking about Morrowind.
Yeah.
Does that count as...
You fell asleep when I talked about Morrowind on the last episode.
You were talking about it on the last episode, and I was conked out. I had my eyes taped open, but I was out.
You're drooling everywhere.
And you were like, "This is more than you've ever talked about Morrowind before."
You were awake every other time I talked about Morrowind, though. We've gotten back on the topic of Bethesda games.
There's a lot to talk about with Bethesda games.
Yeah, it's true. We've talked about... Did we talk about Elder Scrolls Online?
I feel like we have at one point. I know I talked about the one online story for Elder Scrolls Online, the Mike. And I walked into the opening area and some guy was arguing with his girlfriend about not going to their parents.
God, yeah. Didn't we do that on the, before Easter or something?
Yeah, it was some close time to that.
Did I tell you about how... I must have, because I remember talking about the Destiny and stuff, the alpha there.
Oh, yeah.
Did I talk about how Elder Scrolls Online showed me everything the game had to offer in just the beta?
No.
I was so excited for a new Elder Scrolls game that I actually downloaded Elder Scrolls Online, the beta. I got into it.
Oh, yeah.
On my shitty PC. I can't call it shitty because it was able to play video games and this one isn't. Like, it just has no space at all. And I need to get my old PC repaired. Maybe when I get a job. But it showed me that I could fight. I had branching pathways to select powers and classes. The sword and shield were super small. Like, it was so small. Like, I don't know. Like, the base, you're yawning.
We've talked about Morrowind before, and
You got the residual yawning. But you could.
I was thinking about the most recent DLC for Elder Scrolls Online, and it's Morrowind.
It's Morrowind. I don't know how they keep releasing DLC for a game
Who's playing it?
that's dead. Yeah.
But I ask myself that about a lot of things. And
Yeah. But fuck, I'm getting off topic. No, I'm not. Like on the first island that you play on in the beta. It's like some Nordic island.
Skyrim.
It's off the coast of Skyrim.
Whiterun.
God forbid you can actually play in any of the big countrysides.
Right.
What'd you say? White one?
I said Whiterun, yeah.
That's not an island.
The Shivering Isles.
That's Oblivion.
Oblivion.
That's a plane of existence.
Fuck.
I like how Oblivion isn't called Cyrodiil.
Cyrodiil.
They would not have sold any copies if it was called Cyrodiil.
No, it's boring. It's a boring way.
Just name it something else then.
Tamriel.
That's the world. That's the continent. I mean,
Imperial City.
that is in Cyrodiil. That is an expansion pack, though, isn't it?
The Great Tree
I'm sorry.
that
What?
the Argonians live in. That's a rocket ship.
I still don't know if that was true.
Yeah, I mean, I have no reason to doubt it because the Elder Scrolls was the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. But the person that told me lied. Well, I mean, lied when he could get the chance to.
Yeah.
But fuck, I did get off topic.
Yes.
Um,
Talking about the beta.
yeah, it showed like how the quest worked. Showed everyone around you doing the same thing. How some people would kill enemies before you'd kill them, and you'd have to wait for them to respawn. How you could go kill wildlife. How you could mine and stuff, and I had fun with it for the time being. And but then like when the beta was over, that was pretty much it. Like I had what I had.
It had the Destiny issue in which like you play the beta and the alpha and you're like, this is pretty fun. I can't wait until I keep playing more of it. But then it's stagnant.
Yeah.
Like it's just the same shit over and over and over again.
Yeah.
The progression doesn't feel like it matters. The items are nonsensical and don't feel like they matter.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like Elder Scrolls Online sucked.
Yeah.
Like I've never been so disappointed in a game.
Really?
It's
You haven't been disappointed? You've been disappointed a lot by
I've been disappointed a lot by games. Mighty Number 9 was a big one. But
yeah, I'm surprised you're more disappointed with Elder Scrolls Online.
I had some hints about Mighty Number 9. Mighty Number 9 was like a gradual decline until the drop off when I actually played it.
Yeah.
Like here's how Mighty Number 9 went. There's like a chart, and I'm gonna do like an animation of this chart in Photoshop or whatever, and it's gonna be great. So Mighty Number 9 is announced, and I'm peak hype levels.
Right.
Some Mega Man, some concept art, some, and I spent $100 kickstarting this game.
Yeah, that really the fact of the matter is, waiting, like wasting so much time to release the game, shoots yourself in the foot.
Yeah, I still also haven't received everything I ordered for that game yet.
I don't think you ever will.
I'm keep contacting people about that art book. I don't even want it, but I just want it to happen.
Right.
Because it's extremely annoying because I know people who are like, oh yeah, I picked it up for $40 and I got like almost everything you did from the Kickstarter edition. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Great. I have a shirt. But so hype levels are maximum. The game is talked about like it gets funded for $3 billion and the hype levels get just the slightest bit higher.
Right.
And then like over the course of 3 years, the hype levels dip down and then stuff starts coming out for it. I hear that they're taking vacations. I hear that there's like starting sequels and everything. And the hype level is just sort of fucking fluctuating, but it's going down.
Yeah.
And then like it's a month before the game comes out and I've heard nothing good about it. And it looks terrible. And they keep putting out trailers that make the games look like a fucking joke.
Yeah.
And hype drops. And then I play the game and the hype is negatives at this point.
Because you hate the game.
Because I hate it. It's not fun.
0 is apathy.
Yeah.
I was at 0 consistently.
Yeah. Like you were at 0 the whole time, and then you
like
heard about it.
I was at like pretty high up
when it first
got announced, but I stopped caring.
Right. The chart stopped existing from that point on. But it was a gradual decline. It was like, man, this sucks.
Like,
but with Elder Scrolls Online, I was hyped until I played it. I played it for an hour, and I was like, wow, it's just not very good.
The way it worked for me with No Man's Sky was I was interested. I was pretty high up, maybe a little less than when I was initially hyped for Mighty Number 9, but I was pretty stagnant.
Right.
But then like I got it, and then it like took a dip, and then it went stagnant again. But as soon as I realized, like, at a point, like, after the second planet, that I wasn't having fun, straight 0. But then I realized that the game is just bad, and I saw all the things that lie, and I immediately hate it. Like, I hate No Man's Sky so much. I hate anyone who is like, I hate liars.
Yeah.
Liars is a big thing for me. Don't fucking lie.
I don't understand it. There's, like, a certain amount of thing you can lie about. When fucking people are like, Todd Howard lies so much about Fallout 4, I wasn't paying attention.
What are they talking about?
And I don't even, like, there's so much in that game anyways, it's not like I was getting cheated out of my purchase.
Yeah.
I didn't get it and be like, well, there's Todd Howard, none of that shit's in this game.
What are they talking about, Todd Howard lying?
I have no idea. But
also, I will commend Fallout 4 greatly for what they pulled off in, they didn't announce anything. They weren't like, ooh, we're in development for Fallout 4.
Yeah.
It's just like, Fallout 4 is almost ready, and it'll be out at the end of summer.
Yeah, it was like, holy
there's
shit.
no big wait time. It's just, you gotta wait till summer's over, and then you can buy Fallout 4.
Like, because that's what kills so many games, is that it's like, they're never going to be able to live up to the hype.
It's no, like, early concept art, and it's like, ooh, and then, like, the, like, thing reveals. There's no, like, ooh, it's kind of like a teaser trailer with no real gameplay or in-game stuff. Fallout 4 is out, or Fallout 4 is ready. We're prepping it for launch September.
There are 2 or maybe 3 acceptable ways to put out your game. I'm not even, the third one is like really iffy. Number 1 is the Fallout 4 style.
Yeah.
You go, hey, our game is going to come out end of summer in like 6 months.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, great, awesome, can't wait for that. And number 2, you say our game is going to be out in like 2 years, but we're going to put in an alpha and then a beta, and then like you can decide from there whether or not you want it.
Yeah.
And like that one doesn't always work. Both of these don't always work, obviously.
Correct.
And then the third one is like if you're an indie, you say like, here's my
you overpromise.
Yeah.
You overexert yourself to get more looks.
Or you just put yourself on Steam Greenlight, and then it gets on Steam, and then it's very popular.
And then nothing happens to it.
Right.
You're stuck in Greenlight forever.
It's hell.
Like, it's the strangest thing. Steam Greenlight has made me... Videos of games, Steam Greenlight style, have made me really interested in some of these games. Like, I would buy Gang Beasts in a heartbeat if it wasn't strictly on Steam.
Oh god,
and if it wasn't in development, not in development hell, they're not. I think they're just lazy. They're not releasing it for consoles.
Like, just get this on consoles already. The game looks like so much fun.
It would be so good. Ark Evolved.
Oh yeah.
It costs a lot of money, and I would buy it, but if I had friends.
That's the trick.
Because actually, now that I think about it, Ark is just the Skyrim that I want to play multiplayer with.
It's like Minecraft plus Skyrim.
It's my plus guns.
Ooh, I haven't played that.
It's so strange. Like you wouldn't think it. Late game Ark, you get guns and you can ride not dragons.
Now we're playing fucking Skyrim.
Pterodactyls. Oh. There's no dragons in Skyrim. There's wyverns.
Oh, right, because they don't have arms.
They don't have arms. They have legs and wings.
Sure, whatever. You fucking nerd ass. Fuck.
Hey, I've only heard it everywhere.
We're done with this podcast. I didn't realize I was fucking talking to a nerd.
We've been doing this for 33 episodes.
No, I had to talk about something. But No Man's Sky, very briefly, we can end it off on this. I don't understand what the fuck that person was doing. The person who made No Man's Sky, or was like the face of it.
I don't think he could do anything. I think he's straight up... I think he was just... They told him, like, the base... He's like, I'll think of something. That sounds a bit boring. Maybe I'll add some flair. Like, he looks like a bold-faced liar.
He went on the fuck... There's two possibilities here, and one is that he knew he was telling lies, and the other one is like, they were like, hey, we'll pay you to just say whatever the fuck.
Everything about his face looks so, disingenuous.
He went on, like, a fucking huge talk show.
Yeah.
And was just like, fucking, why would you do that?
I don't know.
Why? Who at Hello Games was like, well, the game looks like garbage. It doesn't work. You
gotta solve boring math puzzles.
We took off the online and then put the online back in. We thought we were gonna have online, then took it off at the very last second.
Yeah.
We have 1 billion planets. Actually, we have 4 planets.
That are all broken.
None of the shit works like we said it would. And, fuck. Let's go on one of the biggest talk shows in America and...
Talk about it. Sony has backed us.
Yeah, like...
We got the backers.
And, like, I understand the position that you can be in. It feels very much like
lie after lie starts building up, and you can't... Because at some point, halfway through the point, they're like, if we start saying we've been lying about this, we will be bankrupt by the end of the day.
Right. So the least we can do is fucking ship the game and then get marketed as failures forever.
Halfway through, if they're like, oh shit, we're lying too much, if we go back on our lies, we'll be a failure, start adding in those functions.
Yeah, seriously. I would take if...
Because they added in so many functions in No Man's Sky, like the update, no one cares.
It's too fucking late. They were like, we updated No Man's Sky, and it's like, you should have given up.
Did they do it like 3 months after?
Yeah.
3 months too late.
Had they done it a day after, it would have been too late.
Day 1 update, everyone would have been gone. I hope I deleted the save date off my PS4.
Did you get any trophies?
I hope not. I hope I can delete them. I want to delete the trophies. Can you delete trophies on the PS4?
I don't think you can. I think if you have 0% trophies, you can remove the trophies from your list.
That's aggravating.
It's really dumb. I gotta check it again, because that can't be true anymore. I have 1 trophy from NBA 2K16.
Oh, we played that, didn't we?
And honestly...
Oh my god!
That was one of the funniest things we've ever done.
What was the names?
LeBron?
What, other than...
Was it LeBron? Was he the foul king? And like...
punch people.
Like the one dude who just threw the ball like across the court. We played NBA 2K.
He was like a foreign white guy.
Yeah, he was like Russian.
He was something. He was some Slavic name.
But like we were playing that, and I didn't know how to. Nobody knew how to play the game. We just dove into it.
It was like Crowdor or something.
Yeah, and like. So I was just like mashing the square button, and I would just foul people instead of like taking the balls from them. Like, LeBron was fucking knocking people out.
Yeah.
Every 2 seconds we were getting like called for fouls, and then like I didn't know how to pass or make shots. And then
sometimes like when the guy we're talking about is at the other end of the court, like you'll just see the ball go flying across the full court and miss completely. Did it ever get in the basket?
No, I think the other team got it in the basket once. And it was just like the saddest thing in the world. But oh man, if you ever just want to have a good time with like you and 3 friends, download whatever bullshit basketball or sports game you can find and just don't look at any of the controls.
Yeah.
Just play it.
Just play the game. I'm glad we finished off on NBA instead of No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
But yeah, NBA basketball. Yeah.
For all intents and purposes, that game fucking sucked. That was like 60 gigs, and it was like, welcome to having downloaded that whole game. You could play as one team.
Yeah.
And it was like, how is that
possible? Just one team?
Yeah, I think you had to like buy other teams or wait for them to download or some nonsense.
That seems too much.
It was bad. It was garbage.
Yeah.
It was like, it's a game that can only be played as a one-shot with you and some friends.
That was just a throwaway game, but it was so fun. What did you just say at the
I think part? Maybe you get drunk, you find some friends.
None of us were drunk.
I know, but you can also get drunk.
Benjamin. No.
Smoke a fucking bong. Take a weed rip.
As long as it's legal.
Take a snort of cocaine.
Absolutely not. That's self-harm. You're asking them to harm themselves, Benjamin.
I think inject heroin.
Edward.
Take a shot of... Now they're gonna be able to hack my social security number. Thanks, fucker.
That's just a name.
Oh, right, you didn't say exactly. I had a friend in elementary school.
You're a fucking idiot.
I had a friend in elementary school. We were writing letters to soldiers, and I remember this my whole life. And I signed mine, my full name, including my middle name. And he was like, "That's how now they can get your social security number."
Ooh.
And I was like, "And
who said that?
Fucking soldiers are gonna steal from a fucking elementary schooler?" I'm not gonna say their name on the podcast.
I think someone can get into my email.
Because my password is this.
No, and I wanted to be like, maybe I should have told them at some point that I was a suicidal teenager.
Whoa.
That I'm not gonna give them any. There's no point in like hacking me or anything. But I was like, oh shit, they might get my identity and just use my identity since if I died.
You sent the email to yourself.
I did. I was gonna email it to myself so they would see it.
Dear Mr. Hacker.
Oh. Like the FBI is looking at my account. It's like, what the fuck's going on?
NSA, and they're like, he's on to us.
He's on to us. The NSA's stealing from me.
I think that's the end of the podcast.
Yeah. NSA's stealing from me, I guess. Then we see on the the WhiteHouse.gov site this fucking...
They're listening to the podcast.
Twinkies and lactose.
Oh, God. I hate that.
Episode 1.
Oh, that's the...
They stole it.
They copyrighted it.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Oh, no. I like hold on. I like the Jake and Amir bit where it's...
They looks like they're recording into some sort of like a into the computer.
It's not broadcasting anywhere. It looks like they're recording into a computer for later.
These guys are fucking losers.
And like Amir gets stopped at the airport, and it's like, I
remember a podcast.
I do a radio show, and it's like
because he has all the mics and everything.
Oh, what channel? Actually, it's more of a podcast. He's like, okay, we're gonna have to search you.
God.
All right. Well, that was the podcast. How would you rate the sponge cake you had?
It was good. I like if it had more like icing on the top of it, I think it'd be really good.
We've already rated the EL fudges, right?
Yeah, I think they're like my second favorite cookies.
They were like 8 out of 10 or something.
Yeah.
The Twinkie. The Twinkie's a solid 7 out of 10. You can't go wrong with a Twinkie.
Yes, you can.
If you eat,
you start by eating a Twinkie, and then you've gone wrong.
If you eat like more than one Twinkie, then you've.
If you eat one Twinkie, if you consider eating a Twinkie, you've already gone wrong.
What is this?
Twinkies are not good.
You're attacking me.
I think you're a wrong person for that.
You're starting this drama right as we're ending the podcast?
Turn the podcast off.
Holy
Twinkie
shit.
eater.
You have a knife.
I'm gonna kill you.
But hey, give me that. Hey, it's branded. It's branded Twinkie.
I got it from eating too many Twinkies.
You sold out to Hostess.
This episode was actually sponsored by Hostess.
Twinkies.
You remember when Hostess was bankrupt?
Didn't
And people on the internet lost their fucking minds?
Didn't they shut down?
Yeah, and then they came back because people on the internet started a petition to WhiteHouse.gov to...
What the fuck?
What's
This is
the word?
how capitalism ends, with the death of Hostess.
What's it called when they did it to the auto industry?
They gave it a boost.
There's a word. There's a word for it.
They just started destroying Twinkies, so they needed more jobs to make Twinkies.
They did it to the auto industry. They gave it, or the housing industry. What did they do? What was the word?
Gave it a loan.
It was a specific word, though.
Audit.
No.
Bankruptcy.
No, I'm gonna Google this word.
Economic stipend.
This is also relevant to the podcast a little bit, or the adventures a little bit.
Because we need an economic stipend.
Yeah, we need
Because we are subsidies.
Yeah, the adventures. I'm really hoping I was using that word correctly, or some sort of taxes.
Subsidiaries. That's the only way you use the word.
Because you can subsidize people.
Yeah, but they were
And
saying...
you can subsidies.
They were saying... Absolutely not.
I think subsidies is the word.
Subsidiaries or subsidize? What are you doing?
A subsidy.
Oh.
A subsidy is a sum of money granted by the government.
God damn it.
I told
I've
her.
never heard of it like that,
Well, maybe
though.
you're a little baby and he's open to rights. You get me.
He's
Bailout.
fucking
That's
really?
what I
That's
was
not
looking
even
for.
that's not even economic terms.
You.
You need someone to fucking bail him out.
An act of giving financial assistance.
I know what bailout means.
Economy to save from collapse. How is this not an economic term?
Oh my! You're gonna bail someone out from prison,
But not with this word.
You can,
But not with this word.
not with this magic word where I can fix the economy.
You can bail someone out, but this is one word. This is a bailout.
Oh my god!
It's one word.
That says ballot. It's one word. You vote for someone on a ballot, and then they fix the economy.
That's how presidents work, right?
Absolutely not. Have you seen our current one?
Fucking. I thought Trump was gonna fix the economy, dude. He's only ever failed businesses.
No,
He's only ever failed businesses.
he only fake fails them so he can get money from it.
Right, of course.
Smart. I have at the bottom of my trash can the I Heart voting sticker.
Sad.
Except it's the
Ohio
Ohio as the heart voting, and it's like, whoo boy, I hate voting when this is the result. Anyway, you can bail someone out of trouble.
I know you can, but you wouldn't use it as one word. You are bailing them out.
I don't.
You're not giving them a bailout.
How did you look that up?
What?
How did you look that up without knowing the term?
I knew bailout was the term. I said bailout, and you said that wasn't it's not an economic term.
No. You showed me the term, and you said bailout. How did you know to look it up?
I googled. No, I said bailout first. And
You did not say bailout.
I did. I absolutely.
It was.
Look at the podcast.
You said it was on the tip of your tongue. You said it was on the tip of your not the tip of your tongue.
I said bailout, and then you said that's not the word, and then I looked it up. That's what happened. We're gonna stop the podcast so we can listen to it.
Did you remember?
Yes.
Did you remember bailout?
Yes.
And then you looked it up?
How'd
you do it so quickly? You said bailout, I said that's not an economic term, and then you showed me the phone immediately.
I move at a different speed than you do.
I mean, it's true.
Because I'm on speed. That's the drug.
That fast. I hit you in the chest again. I'm so sorry. You're crying.
That's the end of the podcast.
Your shoulder has so much, like... It's so... Oh, there's so many bumps to it. Hold on a minute. I gotta look at that in my anatomy book. That's not how shoulders work.
I want to take a picture of my shoulder. Because I have to...
Where's the shoulder definition? Oh, God.
It's gross, dude.
So much to it. Do you have that on the other shoulder?
Yes.
Fuck. Bones of the human skeleton. I haven't opened this in a while. Bony orbit? What the fuck's going on page
You can store
40?
water in my collarbone. Like you can... It's a pool.
Hey, you can store water in my belly button, but you don't see me talking about it.
I mean, everybody can do that, except people who have,
Such unflattering selfies of yourself.
Dude. So this is my boyfriend, because he loves my bones.
Oh, God. So rich in calcium.
I can
All
play
right.
myself like a xylophone.
I'm looking at a human skeleton right now.
Yeah, the bones are all there.
I mean, I guess.
This is the bone. I'm going to take a picture of that. And then I'll put it up and compare it to my actual bones. Yeah. I've got that part.
I guess the scapula is...
I have that in my body.
Are you really posting this on the podcast?
We can't talk about this on the podcast and then have pictures to back it up.
Yeah, that's your... Hey.
The fuck, dude? You're trying to steal my bones.
I can't steal your bones. It's your fucking... Oh, God, your clavicle. It can break so easily.
Yeah, I know. I'm like a actual skeleton.
So...
It would if I wasn't so full of calcium, which isn't actually proven to help your bones at all.
Right. There's no need for you to do that. The body produces calcium by breaking down your bones.
Smart.
I don't know. That's your shoulder blade?
Yes, probably.
Ugh.
It's a good podcast talk.
That's... Oh, God. What is on your... I think this is a nerve.
Yeah, probably.
It is a
You
nerve.
just fucking pinched
Yeah, it's
it.
not hard. Like, the clavicle... God. I'm so mad.
I have bones inside my body. That's a spoiler alert for this podcast. That's the title of the episode. We were talking about so much stuff, but the eventual one is bones inside my body.
Bones in my body?
It's more likely than you think.
I don't know. I don't have the dip.
I don't have the bones.
I don't have the bones. Like, look at this. It's just flat.
Yeah, huh. Weird. Where are your bones at?
I don't know.
Do you want to take a picture of that
Sure,
for the
take a picture
podcast?
for the podcast. Make a comparison. I have nothing.
Where are the bones at? You know, here, let me see your whole shoulder.
I can't do that with the shirt. I can't. I'm not as skinny as you.
Alright.
I'm not taking my shirt off for the podcast. Here.
Oh, there it is. There's your shoulder. We found it. Beep. What the fuck?
How do we get here?
We gotta have fun.
Okay. Well, I like. There's the chance that I can't even get it on Google Drive. Like, it won't export. Alright. I'm glad I'm using my medical...
The old book of bones.
Yeah, anatomy lessons for this. To find out that my brother does indeed have bones in his body. Alright, well, that was an hour-long podcast.
Alright, to make up for the short episode last week.
Yeah, I've been your host, William.
I've been your host, Ben.
That was Cookies and Milk. Sometimes we talk about video games.
Milk is related to bones.
Oh, God. Alright, bye.